We are live, episode 504 of the Nintendo Powercast. Johnny, are you in a good mood today or a bad mood?
I'm in a stressed out mood. I have like 20 tabs open right now.
I have four. And
all the pre-order hype is real. Yes, we're running a few minutes late. I had to re-download the whole Switch 2 Direct so that we would have B-roll. And here it is. I see in Discord, Brian Knott is like waiting for N64 Josh. So, he's probably here in chat already, ready to.
Hey, it looks good. Like it doesn't look choppy like it does sometimes.
Hey, that's a bonus. That is a bonus. We love that. So, I'm going to preface the show, you guys. We are going to try to stay as positive as possible. This is like this is going to be the show that we wish we all had the moment the Switch 2 Direct dropped and everybody was just happy and there was no bad news. That's what we're going for.
We can just do an hour and a half long show and wait for pre-orders, and then we can see it's either going to be a good show or a bad show.
That's the
hour and 15 minutes, man. We got an hour and 15 minutes.
Here we go.
You don't want to wait that extra 15 minutes.
No. I said that the show is going to be an hour and a half. That way we can be live reacting to
reacting to pre-ordering
to pre-orders. Nate says no positivity, drop the price, love you. So there we go. Well, before we get too far into this, Johnny, where can people connect with you?
I'm Johnny Bo everywhere: Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, and the Communication Error Podcast with Cheesy, who's not here.
That's right. No Cheesy tonight. He's celebrating his grandpa's birthday. So shout out to Grandpa Cheesy.
Best spots are TikTok and Twitter, Blue Sky, I guess. Nightcrawler724, Nightcrawlers without the E.
Brian called out Nate, said Haterade. Nate's drinking his Haterade. So there we go. Of course, guys, you can follow me everywhere at N64Josh. And tonight's the night, guys. Tonight is the night. Like, fingers crossed. Now, what do we know about pre-orders in Japan? That there's not enough Switches available.
Wah,
wah.
So what was the story that there was like 2.2 million people interested in pre-ordering?
Yes.
That was in that post you put in the Discord.
No. This is
something I thought I saw.
So here, I'll just give you guys a few headlines here. Major French retailer says Switch 2 pre-orders at historic level. Okay, so France is hyped as can be. I'm looking here. Okay, Nintendo won't have enough Switch 2 consoles to satisfy demand in Japan. Around 2.2 million people have applied for the launch lottery.
Which none of us have seen an email yet as well.
Right. And here's the message.
I think they're sending them out in May.
What's the point in doing that if they're
is the date?
Okay, so I guess it's going to be if you didn't get it with the other retailers, because
there's that other thing that came out. Sorry, Josh, to cut you off, but there's that other thing that came out that you might not get the system.
Yeah, that's why I'm trying to go with Best Buy or Walmart, I think, because Walmart, I think, was guaranteeing that it'll be delivered by 9 a.m. and Best Buy is most likely doing midnight launches. GameStop, you have to wait until tomorrow even to order it. So, but they'll probably do midnight stuff.
They are doing midnight launches, and GameStop is also open online tomorrow as well as in store.
GameStop was always kind of messy. If you ordered it online, it didn't necessarily guarantee. Can you select a store? Have they said if they're doing that?
Knowing GameStop, I'm going to say no, but I don't.
You have to probably go in person to guarantee if you can get it at midnight. Yeah,
I remember for Walmart anyway. Like I pre-ordered the Switch 1 online for Walmart, and I went to the store in person, and they were like, "What? It's two different things." So I mean, they still gave me one, but
which Best Buy is nice because you can set your store or whatever, and then you just show up if they're doing a midnight launch.
Yeah, and
I did midnight launch for Xbox One. So two consoles ago, because Series X and PlayStation 5 was
COVID.
Yeah, COVID, and it was a race to get stuff just as soon as it got posted online. There were no real physical retailers that you could buy it from.
I saw a poll earlier from, I think, a relatively large creator asking where people were going to pick it up, and the number with the least amount of people at 14% of this poll was Target. So there may be a little bit better.
I do have Target.
A little bit better chances at Target. So
I have the bundles pulled up. Like, I don't just have the website pulled up. I have the actual.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, it's a good call. So, but yeah, going back to what's happening in Japan, approximately 2.2 million people in the region had applied for the pre-order lottery system, and Furukawa came out and just said, "Hey, we are procuring many materials and proceeding with production in advance so that we can deliver the Nintendo Switch to you on April 2nd. We announced details about the Nintendo Switch 2 and started accepting applications for the lottery sale on the My Nintendo store. As a result, we received an extremely large number of applications, approximately 2.2 million people in Japan alone. However, this number far exceeds our expectations and far exceeds the number of Nintendo Switch 2 consoles that can be delivered from the My Nintendo store on June 5th. Therefore, unfortunately, we expect that a significant number of customers will not be selected when the winners are announced tomorrow on April 24th. So, there you go.
Now they say they had 2 million people sign up for it. That doesn't mean 2 million people are going to buy it or try to buy it.
Correct. Yeah. It's just, hoping, praying, whatever the case may be. But they were definitely this was a way for them to gauge, and they were like, well, we still are coming up. I mean, because they've been talking about this for almost 2 years, right? About how they're going to try and make sure there's enough for everybody. But it's not feasible. It doesn't seem like at this point, And I mean, I called the local GameStop here. They have, like I said, they have 23 bundles, or with the Mario Kart bundle, and 10 regular.
I was to say, is anybody buying the Switch without Mario Kart? That's probably going to be the easier one to try to pick up, I guess. If you're,
I know Cheesy. I think Cheesy said that he was going to do the non-bundle because he wants to buy physical edition of.
Yeah. He hates $30. He hates $30 that much.
You can buy what? Oh, never mind. Positive. But no, I'm super excited, man. I'm super excited. We're gonna see how excited I am in an hour and 10 minutes. If I can't get something tonight, I'm gonna be really stressed out. I'm definitely going to go to a GameStop tomorrow morning, before they open.
Nope.
To see
if we don't get them tonight, you are hopping in your car and we are going to go camp out at the GameStop here right after the show.
That would actually be really cool.
Because you guys are what, 20-30 minutes away from each other?
Yeah.
Yep.
Watch, we end up at the same GameStop anyway.
I'm just scrolling on Walmart's page. I think tariffs got to that Hori camera, because wasn't it originally 45? It was cheaper, and then it's a lower quality camera, that Piranha Plant thing.
It was $39.99.
Yeah, now it's $60 on Walmart.
Oh. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Well, there we go. So, and that's
don't classify your stuff as a toy. It goes way up.
We're literally watching this the stream showing the different people using the camera. Does it go above 480p when you've watched it?
It looks like the Xbox 360 camera.
I actually don't mind it. Like your face is so small, like you're not gonna be able to tell.
Yeah.
You know what it
The-
reminds me of? They showed this in the Mario Kart Direct with where you could have the little head, like your little
Who
face
wants that?
over.
It blocks so much.
But they do that in the arcade
Yeah,
version
Mario
of Mario
Kart.
Kart.
Yeah, they do.
that's a horrible version of Mario Kart, though.
No, it's not. It's fun.
Yes, it is. It's so.
It's
bad.
fun for an arcade. Like
I'd rather play
version.
Cruisin'. I'd rather play Cruisin' World than Mario Kart in an arcade.
Oh,
But
I don't know.
that's-
When you can put yourself in the Mario hat or the Donkey Kong ears,
Yeah.
like
Well, that one's just a picture, right? Like they don't. It's not live feed. Like this is a
Right.
live feed,
Yeah.
yeah.
which I think is kind of.
So the face tracking on it is pretty good though, because you set that circle around your face and then it just tracks you the rest of the time.
Yeah, and you can track up to 4 faces
Mm-hmm.
on one camera. That's pretty good.
Well, and everybody's talking about like every time they see this, they're like, "Oh, this slideshow, slideshow chat." Like, this is a pretty. I would say this kind of a ballsy move from Nintendo to be like, "Yo, we're gonna do live chat with up to 4 people while you're racing 24 people online potentially." Like,
Mm-hmm.
they got to be pretty
Confident in their net code, maybe.
Yeah, they
I think
gotta
we're
be
gonna have
pretty
to test
confident
that
in that
out.
infrastructure, So
I wonder if they'll even let you do that.
I had a thought, you guys. I had a thought. I'm a little scared. What if Mario Kart Knockout Tour says you can only play with 8 of your friends? Like they do,
just like
Mario
Mario
like they
Party.
do,
Jamboree.
Mario Party.
Because I think it's a regional thing. I think it's for lag.
Yeah. Well, and they haven't come out and said anything about tournaments or custom lobbies or anything.
Well, there is no tournaments.
Do we just not know? I mean,
I mean,
think
it wasn't on that screen. Like if
I
you
think
if you look
that
at
whole
Mario,
build. I think that whole build is a demo build. There's no way the character selection screen is that much of a hot piece of garbage. Can you imagine? Like you're on like a 10-second countdown to get your character online a lot of times. And you imagine
Do not-
scrolling 8 pages?
Do not read the chat.
well, the chat's talking about interesting things that people are going to do with the camera. But all I can think of is they had a camera on the Wii U. They had that weird Wii U chat, and I always thought that
we
was.
speak too. I mean,
I always thought the Wii U chat was weird because like you could just have like a grown adult talk to a random child on the internet. Like that's not ideal. So
gosh,
Do
this
you
chat's
remember-
making this video so you can't monetize it probably.
Do you guys remember the Xbox 360 camera?
Yeah, for Uno and other stuff.
Bro, there was stuff I saw. Like,
well, the
you'd have-
Kinect as
you'd have to
well.
pay
The
for that.
Kinect did it too.
Yeah. Like, oh, great. We're already seeing hashtag drop the price in the chat. And these are from regulars. Shame
Trolls.
on you, Cryptic. Shame.
And it's not going to matter because like
Shame.
we're all buying it.
Yeah.
We're all pre-ordering it tonight. We're all getting it day one.
I mean, Kirby's gonna sit on the shelf. Nobody's buying that.
Well, we don't have to buy it. All we have to do is buy the upgrade. And it's not even coming out with launch. It's not a launch title.
It's
That's
not.
not.
it
Oh,
was.
it's 8/28. Wow.
Yeah.
How is that not ready? Like, and
Well, they
Jamboree's
probably
not
wanted,
ready.
they probably wanted to
Jamboree's
spread it
not
out.
ready until mid-July as well. How are these not
Mhm.
ready?
No, they probably wanted to spread it out.
They got to spread it,
I guess.
If you look at the launch titles, there's a lot like coming out.
So Street Fighter, Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, Mario Kart World.
This is Cyberpunk is that coming out day one?
Yes, I believe so.
Yeah,
Walmart
Tears of
doesn't,
the
have,
Kingdom,
Walmart
Breath of the
doesn't have a
Wild.
physical spot here. Hold on, the game.
Bravely Default, I think, is day one. Maybe. I don't know,
Yeah, and
there's-
that's a cheaper game too, I think, right?
it's also a game key. That's another game key card.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
No, all right. So positive. The The trailer, the initial trailer of Mario Kart World had Shy Guy on a magic carpet cart, and I thought that was really cool.
Mm.
The carts, it looks like the customization in Mario Kart World is gonna be pretty good.
I wonder. I was listening to, I think it was IGN's breakdown of. I haven't even gotten all the way through the video yet. Right after the direct, and I got kind of Destiny flashbacks a little bit. Josh, you might as well. When they're like, when you find like a drive-through place somewhere in the open world, if you're with a friend, can you just swap characters and go get a different costume for it? I just had like Volta Glass checkpoint swapping flashbacks. Did you remember doing that kind of stuff back in the day with Destiny?
Oh yeah.
It's like, hold the spot, I'm gonna go swap characters and come back.
Mm-hmm.
But if the roster is what, 50 something characters, is that what we think it is?
It's 50 characters, and then I think people are saying like 184 total slots.
Yeah. They need to get they already have the multi-select screen. They need to not have four different selections for Boo or whatever, and 8 for Mario, and just have it be a drop down after you select the character.
I agree, unless each character has different stats.
Oh God, we don't need more stats.
Different stats.
I don't know, but here, okay, so
is it going to be on a website where we have to go look up the stats?
Well, here's what I really think they're doing. I think they're flooding it so that the meta is so many different characters, so many different carts. That's what I think they're doing to try to fight it, so that it's not just like a single character and a single cart are the best choice.
Yeah.
You know, and it may be like, you know, because you've seen like there's like some Japanese inspired outfits, there's cowboys, there's the 3D Hot Rally inspired outfits. Like, who knows if, like, you know, Pauline in that in the 3D Hot Rally is like, that's the best version of Pauline, right? And then maybe like we don't know yet. We don't know, but that would at least open up for so many more possibilities for the meta, right? So,
did you see they nerfed some of the items, or they're like trying to combat bagging? Like,
oh yeah,
like Bullet Bill is slower, and it doesn't like hit other racers anymore.
Oh really?
And
what's the point in that?
The lightning bolt only affects racers in front of you.
Oh, interesting.
So if you're in like first place or second place, you use lightning, it's not going to do anything.
Interesting.
That I'm all right with.
And yeah, and at the end of the day, we know that Nintendo has very much always been about trying to get Mario Kart as balanced as possible, right? So with 24 players, I don't blame them. I don't blame them, and they don't like bagging. Like, they've done everything in their power to try to make bagging go away. So
is the feather going to be more of a alternative to having a mushroom for a blue shell dodge? Then do you think that's going to be more likely that you see feather in first place or second place?
I mean, it seems like it's an item that's at least easy to smuggle to first. Like, it's, you know, maybe in the like the third through, or like the fifth through third kind of.
Have we seen Megahorn? Is Megahorn in the game?
It is.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's Super Horn. I used to call it Megahorn too, but I'll get comments if we don't correct it. The thing the thing with that feather is it's not only going to be potential for dodging the blue shell, which I think it's shortcut central, because you can not only hop stuff, but you can reach grinding rails that you couldn't reach without it. So that's a whole nother thing too. Crimpus says, on a positive note, I might get welcome tour. I like.
Is that a positive note?
Well, after hearing like Stash talk about playing Welcome Tour, I'm all in. Like, it's
I like the mini games, like that the UFO one that they showed that I think Stash played. He said it was really fun. Like, he really enjoyed that. I'm getting it for multiple reasons.
Yeah, you're gonna make videos about it.
Yeah, but also, I mean, I definitely want to. I like checking things out that Nintendo does. Like,
I mean, we can be positive about this. What do we think is going to be in the ambassador pack when they turn that on?
Come on. But I mean, if these pre-orders are anything to look into, like, they might not have to do the ambassador program. Like, we might.
Yeah, but the fear is that it dies out after the hardcore. Like, we are the audience for this, and we already have all the games that are too pricey.
But we are also the ones that roll the snowball up the hill, and then the word of mouth starts getting everybody else. We are the reason. I was literally in the eShop tonight. Mario Kart's number 6 right now for best-selling games. Right now. And I think those are like every week they update kind of thing. I don't know I'd have to double check the exact, but it's still number 6. It's number 6. Right now.
Stealth usually posts tweets about stuff being in certain spots, and I think he checks it fairly often.
It's why it's going to be $80. You know, it's
warranted, but it's the precedent of it all that the variable pricing is scary.
And like I was watching Jasmine play Tears of the Kingdom today. Like, she has at the point where she has to fight Ganon, and all she's done is like I'm literally seeing stuff in the game that I've never seen before.
I am genuinely excited to have a second slot and play a brand new game of Breath of the Wild, then progress that into Tears of the Kingdom again. That's the biggest hang up that I haven't gone back and done something as well, is just that the fact that they didn't give us a second slot just to start another game, because I don't want to lose the progress that I have, and I didn't want to. I have secondary accounts, but I just didn't want to take away from my playtime or whatever, and just I want to play on my profile.
Here's what
I'm excited for that.
Here's some footage of Mario Party without the
camera.
The camera. But here's the camera stuff. But there are some mini games that don't use the camera. So I think you'll be able to use it. You won't get everything out of it if you don't have a camera, but.
And I have a Logitech C920 or whatever right here that I could go plug into it if I really wanted to.
You guys, chat is having a heyday with this.
Does it have to be? I guess does it have to be a Type C, or can you? You could probably take a USB A and get a USB-C adapter for it and plug it in.
More than likely.
I want to point out Nadine A's comment about Sonic Crossworld Racing. Like, everybody is talking about how, Sonic Racing is coming out and you should like get that over Mario Kart, but dude, Sonic Racing is nowhere near as good as Mario Kart.
But Sonic Crossroads looks really interesting though.
It's gonna be mid, like they always are. All Sonic games are mid.
If they could nail the way the kart feels on the track, it would be a much better game. But I could tell just from video it's gonna play like the other ones, and it's the best way I can describe it is it's a squishy kart racer, and I have a hard time getting into it.
Well, and that's the problem. That's the problem that a lot of arena platform fighters run into as well, is they don't have the weight behind them that Smash does when you land a hit.
Yo, I gotta get to these comments. So Crimpus says, on a positive note, I might get Welcome Tour. Okay. Then Nate says, on a positive note, Sonic Crossroads, right? Like, these guys are having such a heyday with. Crimpus says, on a positive note, we don't need to get Sonic Crossroads since Mario Kart is coming out. The Hellshot, on a positive note, 53 minutes till pre-orders are live. Nate says, on a positive note, Johnny is mid. Wow. Wow. And then here's Brian. $20 says someone in witness protection gets ID'd from the Nintendo Switch camera.
That's messed up.
Oh my
But their
God, I
blender
love it.
won't be loud in the background, so that's good.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
I'm gonna test this theory and see like what I can have on in the background and if it comes through.
Cryptic said, on a positive note, Cheesy doesn't have to go on and on about Splatoon since it's not coming out anytime soon. Wow.
I am surprised that they're not having like an updated version of Splatoon 3 yet that we know of.
I think they'll go straight to Splatoon 4.
I mean, it has been what? It's gonna be
But
3 years this year.
But that team is working on Animal Crossing, aren't they?
We don't know. We don't know who's working on what. They could have done Donkey Kong.
True.
Yeah. Let's see. So yeah, but kind of like what I was saying with Tears, like that game is so there's so much to it. There's so much to it. Like to me, as far as the $70 price tag on that game, worth it. I was like, after watching her play more, I'm like, I kind of want to go back and jump back in now. Like she's doing all these side missions and like building her house and all this stuff. And I'm like, yo, I didn't touch any of that stuff.
And
like,
you did a lot of side stuff. You took your time getting to the final fight.
Well, I only have like 2 or 3 routes left in the depths, but I don't even know. I don't know how many.
I spent
left.
like a week or so just uncovering everything in the depths. Like,
yeah, I still have. I pretty much mainlined that game, and then I didn't go back to it. So I'm excited to go play it again on the Switch 2 version. With all the like the new features and not paying anything actually.
Yeah,
so
it's included.
On a positive note, people like we are benefiting from a lot of this stuff. Like we're getting Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom Switch 2 versions for free because we already have the we're members of the expansion pack.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
We're getting GameCube games for free. Like we're not paying anything extra. Same with, do you have to pay extra for Switch 2 version of Metroid Prime? I don't even know.
Yes.
Do you? Is it like $10 more or something?
I believe so because all they're really adding is the mouse controls, I think.
Okay, well maybe not that, but like we're also we only have to pay $20 to get the DLC for Mario Party and Kirby since we already own the games. So like this is good for us, the people that have had a Nintendo Switch 1 and are a member of the expansion pack and are diehard Nintendo fans. This I think it's good for us. It's the new adopters that are kind of getting the short end of the stick, but we don't care about them. So I only care about what's good for me. So on a positive note, this is good for me.
There you go. There we go. I want to backtrack through the comments because there was a kind of a fun question from Cryptic that says, I know Josh has answered this, but what are the first things you are doing in Mario Kart? Doing free roam, Grand Prix, or online? So I was actually thinking about this today, and I'm like, I'm a little jealous of Australia because they'll be able to be in this before the rest of us. But the first thing I want to do is jump into time trials and try to see how quickly I can get up the leaderboard before it's like, before all the way
you could be like
hardcore
number
get in
1 in
there
the world
for like a minute. Yeah.
Get a screenshot and put it on your computer for the rest of the all time.
Exactly.
I think I'm gonna do free roam to see what that is. I think that's gonna be my first thing to see what it is. I'll do Grand Prix or do that a little bit to get a couple done. See what that unlocks.
Yeah, I usually go through. I like to 3-star my Grand Prix before I do a lot of stuff online.
I went back to Mario Kart 8 Deluxe and I didn't 3-star everything, like all the DLC tracks yet.
Yeah, it's when I play Mario Kart right now, it's just all online. Like it's all.
Wait, no,
online.
I have
I've
an
done-
idea. I'm gonna do 3-star Grand Prix to see what it unlocks, and then I can make a video about it and try to be the first to do that.
Something gold, probably.
Better. Well, I based on what the direct showed us, it's going to be Rainbow Road,
True. Yeah.
right? Let's talk
but,
about
like,
Rainbow Road really
if
quick.
you did like what 1-star on everything, you got gold Mario
Yes.
or the
Yeah,
gold
there was
cart or something.
different unlockables that way. Yeah. There was a whole gold set. What do you guys think Rainbow Road? Like I was talking about this on, I think it was the Nintendo Byte podcast or the Nintendo Topic podcast. I can't remember which, but like, what do you guys think Rainbow Road's going to be? Like I was joking saying it would be really funny if you literally like hit the finish line and then just dropped and had to like almost like a meteor coming in and then hitting the
I want it to like toilet bowl down all the way back to the world, pretty much. Like it like a spiral, like a old school parking garage where it's just like that. Like I think the Seattle airport has them, right? Like the circular ramp just going all the way up. You just like you're going all the way down. Like it's just you can just hold a drift all the way down to the finish line, and then it just spits you out back in the world.
what I'm wondering is if they're going to do a combination of like old and new Rainbow Road, and if that's the case, like how do we move?
They're gonna steal
between.
ideas from Sonic Crossroads, and you're gonna have teleporters that just take you all to the different Rainbow Roads.
Bro, I've been talking about it. I want to see him put a warp pipe in, where you the warp pipe's at the end of the finish line and takes you to the other track. So, part of the reason for wanting to do like the hype, like get some hype going, I feel like Daemon X Machina 2, one of the craziest things. Elden Ring is going to be on Switch. Street Fighter 6,
day one on that one.
Like
Elden Ring's on day one,
isn't it? I thought it was.
But like,
no,
so much cool stuff that like overshadowed as soon as all the pricing stuff started talking. You know, we're seeing Amiibo right now. We won't talk about those prices.
Don't look at those.
You could either buy a Switch Lite or you could buy 3 Amiibo.
Gosh, when you put it like that, that's horrible. Yeah, those champions are going to cost you. Yeah, we won't.
40, but you could buy an Amiibo, or you could get Bravely Default. This game looks sick though. This Daemon X Machina,
so good. Like,
and Josh and I played a little bit of the first one, and then just kind of fell off of it. But yeah, it looks really good.
And it played well, but it did not look like this. Like this looks like they what is that? Crisis and Daemon X Machina came together almost. You know, like it's that it just looks so impressive.
it looks cool. I'm definitely. I don't think this is day one, but I think it's like
no,
September.
it's in July, I think.
Or okay, it looks really sick though. I thought it was
excuse me, September 5th. September 5th.
I thought it was what's that one that was made by Platinum everybody loves?
Stellar Blade?
No. It was on the Switch. It was a Switch exclusive.
Oh, Nier?
No, a Switch exclusive.
Astral Chain?
Astral Chain. Yeah. That's what I thought it was at first. I thought that was a sequel to that, but
gotcha.
The Daemon X Machina does look pretty cool.
Yeah, Cryptic says it kind of has Xenoblade cutscenes. So
this is what I'm actually excited for is Madden. Madden
EA hasn't come out and said anything else about this yet.
I'm assuming the Madden 26 or whatever will be on Switch too. Like they haven't revealed Madden 26 yet, like in general, so they're probably waiting until it's revealed. But being able to play Madden in handheld, because you can't, Madden's not on Steam, so you can't play it on your Steam Deck unless you emulate it.
It's not? I thought it was.
I don't think it is. Hold on. Don't yell at me, Steam Deck fanboys. I saw a tweet that I thought was pretty funny. they said it's gonna be wild that there's gonna be more pre-orders tomorrow than the Steam Deck has sold its whole life.
Yeah, Madden's on there.
Is it?
Yep.
Hmm.
$70 EA Sports Madden NFL 25.
Why did I think I couldn't play it on Steam Deck?
It might not be deck verified.
It says the game runs very poorly on Steam Deck, so that's probably why. That's
There
probably
you go.
why.
There you
And
go. I think
sometimes multiplayer stuff on Steam Deck doesn't work because they don't have anti-cheat as much as you want it.
That's another thing that I think I've talked about this before, but I have a Steam Deck, and if you know how the Steam Deck works, and when you buy a game off of the Steam, it will say like deck verified or like deck playable, or it will just have like a unknown symbol. With the Switch 2, like if it's coming to Switch 2, you know it's going to work on the Switch 2. Like you don't have any question that it's going to work on the Switch 2. It might not run the
Is
best.
this banana in Hitman? Is that a Switch exclusive item?
Oh,
That
I
seems
don't know.
very Switch.
It does seem
It's a-
Switch, but Hitman's weird. Hitman's really weird though, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay. I have not talked about this game on any other show at all. We're getting a new like a new Bond game. Like,
you haven't talked about it because they haven't talked about it. Like this resurfaced after like 2 years of their announcement. Like,
but
they
like,
announced this a while ago. But it's coming out eventually.
like, I'm super excited for Perfect Dark, right? But like, if we get a legit Bond first-person shooter on, and I'm assuming it's going to come out everywhere, but like, I'm like, because I'm not holding my breath for Metroid having multiplayer or, you know,
I feel like they
being
would have
much-
talked about it by now if it had multiplayer.
Yeah,
I think so. I think so too. It's so I didn't mean to say Gold. I said GoldenEye because I was just excited.
Bond.
I didn't mean to say GoldenEye.
I mean, it had like the GoldenEye intro. It had the
that's a James Bond intro, Johnny.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's I associate it with
How many-
GoldenEye. I don't care.
How many James Bond movies have you seen,
I
Johnny?
don't care. Whatever. It's GoldenEye.
So Nate's making a good point. Says I'm sure Bond will just be like Hitman, right? Do they even do first person games? So Quantum of Solace, which is an older 360 game, was such a solid FPS game. Like it was the last really good first person Bond game that I played anyway. I know
You didn't
there
like
was
the Daniel Craig remaster of
I don't know if I played. I know it was on Wii U.
Yeah, I have it.
And there was one on Wii also, but those controls
I think
were just
the Wii. I think the Wii is the one I got the Pro controller, or whatever, the Gold Pro controller, or whatever. With it.
yeah. I think I feel like I may have. I can't remember at this point, but so I don't know. I'm there. There is a chance that they do, a third person Hitman style game, but like, I feel like Bond games have always done a bit better as first person games. So fingers crossed. I mean, Bond games literally carried the GameCube until Time Splitters came out as far as first person stuff, because that was the time that Rare was sold to Microsoft, and all my hopes and dreams were crushed because I was so excited for the next Perfect Dark. And well, what was it? Perfect Dark Zero was not not all that exciting when it finally came out. I still played it more than I should have, but yeah, I mean, again, I had literally like almost entirely forgot that there was a James Bond game, or 007 game coming to.
Well, I feel like there's a lot of things that have been overlooked. Even this game that's been shown now, the Age of
Imprisoning War.
Imprisonment, or
Or is it Age of Imprisonment, or is it
Age of
Imprisoning
Imprisonment.
War?
They don't. Sure. They would not put war in the title.
Yeah, true.
It's Age of Imprisonment, but
do we have a release date on this one?
It's I mean, it's late. It's this year. It's 2025.
Yeah.
So yeah, not many people are talking about that. Not many people are talking about anything other than just the prices. But there's like a lot of things that are coming out that are exciting.
Mm-hmm. And Age of Calamity, like, it was a fun. It was a different kind of Muso game. It didn't have just the mindless kind of. I didn't finish
Winter
it,
coming this winter.
but
I think it's the
so
only Muso game that I
so
finished.
this
So that says
winter,
something.
so that doesn't guarantee it's this year. So it will be before
March 20th.
March 20th of next year. But yeah, I mean, I'm excited to play it just to see a little bit more Zelda stuff.
The fact
I
that
wonder
it's
if that-
canon, that right there, because I thought the first one was canon, and I was like super bummed out, honestly, when I got to the end. I was like, this isn't canon. That's a bummer. Like they could have told so much cool stuff, you know. And then this one being canon and going through, I'm like, I'm beyond excited for it.
I wonder if they'll release a Switch 2 version of Age of Calamity around the release of Imprisonment, because that game does not run well on the Switch 1. So
Yeah.
Have they said much about just older titles running better on Switch?
They mentioned at the beginning of this direct, like Mario Wonder and like the amount of frames. Like that they use Wonder as the example. So there's a
Did we have
and
hiccups
there's-
in Wonder? I feel like I didn't have a ton.
oh, it's not the hiccups, it's just showing that it's going from
Just
you know
from 60 to
120 kind of thing. Yeah. So but yeah, we don't know. I don't feel like I think they showed some games, you know, that are like getting the free treatment, but like
yeah. I'm excited for Soul Calibur.
oh yeah.
that's wild that they're bringing that. Like, it's one of my favorite games on the GameCube for sure.
Oh yeah.
Growing up, that was I loved it because Link was in there.
I had the Xbox version, so I had Spawn.
Spawn. It was Spawn.
Yep. Yeah. I think I ended up picking up both of them just because of the special characters. The other thing, what was the
Oh no, who no. Was PlayStation Yoda?
No, it was
No.
Taiyachi or whatever the guy
that
from
was
Tekken.
PlayStation. That was PlayStation 3.
Yeah, you're thinking of
Okay.
Soul Calibur 4, I think. It had Vader and
Yoda. Yeah, Vader was in Xbox and Yoda was in.
No, I think it's the other way.
Yoda was in
Xbox
Xbox
because he's green.
Yeah, green. Yep.
Yeah. So we see the GameCube controller on screen right now.
Which it's still not up ready for us to purchase yet. I'm waiting.
Well, it probably won't be till June 5th.
That's depressing that you can't get that on launch day, but I guess they're.
I mean, they probably see more as like a collector's item than an actual.
Yeah, I mean, I have plenty,
use.
and the adapter is going to work, right? You can plug in your GameCube adapter into a Switch 2.
Probably because it's just USB.
Yeah, I would assume. Stealth was tweeting about the GameCube controller, which again, because so much misinformation has been out there, the GameCube controller does not work on Switch 1, but will work on any Switch 2 game. You're just lacking buttons that the Pro controller has. So that's where you may run into an issue.
Are they updating communication protocol then? Like the fact that Switch 1 controllers can talk to Switch 2, but Switch 2 controllers can't, like that, something that basic can't. I would think that would be able to talk to it unless they're updating communication protocols.
They gave clarification. I can try to pull. I saw it today because Cryptic's asking, like, will it work for Smash Ultimate and not the Switch 1 version? It
should work. It should work on Switch 2.
For
if
Switch,
you're playing, yeah.
Yes, it should work on Switch 2 if you're playing, but you couldn't play it on your Switch 1.
When you hook up the GameCube adapter to the Switch 1, it doesn't see it as like a GameCube controller. It sees it as like
USB.
Yeah.
But the good thing is though, it treats buttons how they should be versus when I don't have it readily available, but 8BitDo had the wireless adapter that you could plug in a GameCube controller to. It had a USB side and it had a GameCube adapter side. Or no, it also had the Wii U weird or the Wii connection point for like the Pro controller, the Wii controller, Pro controller. And that would talk wirelessly to an adapter or to the Switch, and it would read it as a USB controller, but the buttons would be in a weird spot and it wouldn't treat a GameCube controller as a GameCube controller. It was kind of weird with the buttons. So it was that was kind of frustrating sometimes when you'd have a controller like that trying to communicate that way. You can go in and then map the buttons a certain way, but it's different and it's weird. And it's a chore, I would say. But
okay, we just saw Civilization, right? And they're using mouse controls.
mm-hmm.
I'm literally giddy right now thinking about this. After beating Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition, all I can think about is somebody getting a hold of that IP that could make an RTS. Because there's so many different factions. There's so many different heroes. Like, I don't know if you guys ever played Halo Wars or the Lord of the Rings RTS, but like there was something amazing about watching like an entire dwarf army just like walk through and ruin a base.
Yeah.
You know, or seeing the Nazgul or whatever just come in and then wipe out your whole army. Like,
speaking of like Xbox, like Halo Wars and stuff, where I'm surprised Xbox hasn't announced anything for this.
I mean, I have a feeling there's going to be again. It's one of those things. Like when you look back at this direct, yeah, I know the pricing kind of like overshadowed stuff, but like watching it right now, I'm like, oh, I forgot that was even coming. I forgot, like, we're very focused on Mario Kart, very focused on, like, when I think about this direct, I think about Mario Kart, I think about Metroid, and I think about Kirby Air Riders. And that's pretty much the things that, but yeah, we got the new Zelda game, we got like Elden Ring's coming, like all that kind of stuff. So I think Xbox is just probably gonna utilize their event in June to really talk about their support. And I like, this is going to be what I would really consider, probably since like the Super Nintendo days, somewhat of the 64, mostly Super Nintendo days. Like, this is now the chance for third parties to really, I mean, GameCube had decent third party support, I guess, but after that, Nintendo veered away from like the norm, right? And so now, like, I almost like I'm curious on how some of these games are going to do. Like watching Borderlands 4, like that's a beefy title.
Day and date.
Yeah,
well.
what excites me about that is it's day and date with the other release. So I'm hoping, well, Cyberpunk's an old game, Elden Ring's an old game. These other third-party games are old, like Final Fantasy that we're gonna see. But if we could get third-party titles day and date, like that's gonna be huge. Like being able to have Borderlands 4 the same day as Xbox and PlayStation get it, that's huge. Call of Duty, Madden, as long as they're day and date, like I think it's gonna be really good. If we have to wait a couple months, like that was the problem with the Wii U, like Mass Effect 3 came out like 4 or 5 months after it released on everything else, and just like killed it.
Right.
Without the two titles prior to it either.
yeah. But you could like tell it how you want it to play out, which was weird. But there are a ton of third-party stuff that, like, in this B-roll that we're looking at, and they're still doing indie stuff. We still see Silksong.
I saw something new on Silksong. There was an auto mantle.
Well, do you see the price?
Did they announce a price?
There was it was leaked at like 30. I think at like $35 or something like that.
That's I mean that's actually expected and probably what it was around. I was expecting about $30.
Here's the Team Cherry bootlicker.
I think that game is definitely gonna be worth $35
Oh, no doubt.
for sure. I would hope so. I mean, it's been in development for as long as Metroid Prime 4 has been in development. So
Ubisoft's excited they can just charge full price for Outlaws again.
I will pick up Outlaws on the Switch too. And if the rumor, which is probably true, Assassin's Creed Shadows is coming to Switch 2, I'll pick it up on Switch 2 as well. Those games are good. Like I think those are decent games. They're not like your typical Ubisoft slop. I feel like they did pretty well.
I don't know who I heard talking about it. They kind of made fun of Fortnite. I bet Fortnite is getting a full launch on Switch 2. I bet Save the World comes to Switch 2. Because right now it's just a multiplayer. I think I haven't played Fortnite on Switch or seen anybody because William plays on my PlayStation 4 now. I'm assuming there's the updated like racing and Lego and stuff like and festival on Switch, but they've never had Save the World. So I wonder if they'll get a full Fortnite release.
That'd be cool. I mean, there's Fortnite has already so much stuff. Like
They got more money from me today.
Oh, Ninja Turtles.
Yep.
Sabrina Carpenter.
I did buy that one too.
Actually, I haven't logged into Fortnite in a long time. I have not played Fortnite in a long time.
Sabrina Carpenter's funny just for the memes, though.
But we got like an exclusive From Software game. Come on.
Yeah, this look and
it's gonna be sick.
I think some diehard Bloodborne and just From Software fans got a little less excited when they found out it was 8-player PvPvE.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. I don't know what it's gonna play like, but
it's also Dark Souls with guns, though, right? Are there guns in Bloodborne?
Yeah, there's that's your power. I mean, there's not dinosaurs in Bloodborne. You turn into a dinosaur in this one. I don't know. In From Software, I trust. Like they could do no wrong in my eyes.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't played something from them that was bad, so I'm not worried at all. I'm assuming Night Rain will come as well.
Yeah,
but
is there
that's
Night Rain?
Yeah, it's May. It's end of May, but they probably don't want to eat their own lunch.
Yeah,
because if
we don't have a date on this, right? Is it this year?
No, it's 2026.
Okay, so Night Rain wouldn't eat their lunch then.
But for Elden Ring, it would.
Yeah. Okay. But they are kind of two separate experiences, though, from what I can kind of gather. I didn't play in the beta. Did you?
No, I haven't either. I think it's just like Monster Hunter, kind of. You just go on a hunt with your.
Yeah, but like there is a circle that closes around you. You have to move.
Oh, it's a battle royale.
Yeah.
Cool.
It funnels you. It funnels you down like into a final kind of area.
Yeah, so I think the third-party support is going to be at least there at the beginning. If this thing flops, they might jump.
There's no way this flops. I don't.
Yeah, but I'm just saying if it does, they'll
just
jump ship.
just sales wise in comparison to what they're used to.
But like when you think about it, they still support the Xbox, and Xbox doesn't sell that well, right? Like Xbox, how many units sold of Xbox Series X? Like 20 million. Maybe.
I bought it there, and I bought it on PlayStation. So
I think with what we're seeing with like France saying this is historic numbers, right? That in and of itself is saying something. I feel like a lot of people want to say, oh, we're going to have a 3DS. It's going to be another 3DS. What I think will resemble 3DS potentially is the Switch 1 numbers versus the Switch 2 numbers 8 years from now.
Oh, absolutely.
Potentially.
But that's already played out for Nintendo to look and see. You compare PlayStation 4 numbers to PlayStation 5 numbers, they haven't done enough to differentiate themselves. It was so much old titles with an upgrade or backtracking because people couldn't get the console, so we're going to make what was supposed to be a next gen only title a backwards compatible title as well. There hasn't been, even though it says 8K on the box, there hasn't been anything that's like truly driven stuff forward. Like Rift Apart was a launch window game, and I don't think that was it wasn't as revolutionary as what they kind of made it out to be. They made it out to be that it was going to be, you go from one thing to another, and you open these rifts and they go to like a challenge room, and there is some stuff that like takes advantage of kind of going one spot to the other, but it wasn't crazy like I think everyone was kind of anticipating. It's very incremental steps now. It's not Xbox to Xbox 360 level changes that we've seen post like that PS2 Xbox to the 360 PS3 jump, and stuff already looks almost photorealistic. The 360 was doing stuff that was looking really good with like Halo Reach at the very end of its life, and so stuff just looks better, and so we've kind of capped on that, and now people just want performance, so it doesn't feel like you're getting as much, like stuff isn't as warranted for like what am I really getting, because it's under the hood and it's not as visual as what people are kind of wanting or feel like they need.
I think where the disconnect maybe is that there's a Xbox Series X and a PS5 out there that are going to outperform the Switch 2. But if you are a Nintendo only gamer,
this is Cheesy's opportunity to get a lot of titles that we've talked about.
But not only that, but like, I mean, we just saw what Elden Ring looked like. We just saw what Borderlands looked like. Like, pending that was all Switch footage.
Hopefully it was. I mean, that would be a very bad bait and switch if they did that.
But it's a huge jump from Doom 2016. Like this is a big graphical jump, but like the fanboys on the other side of on the other side are like, oh, it doesn't compare. Like, yeah, this to me, like Donkey Kong on screen right now screams Astrobot. Like it looks, if you're gonna put those two games head to head, like
yeah, PlayStation, don't be cowards. Put Astrobot on Switch 2.
On
might actually sell.
It would sell a lot. It would sell a lot.
But you know what I'm saying? Like yeah, this is a leap from Odyssey, if you want to compare, or even a leap from Kirby's what's the
Forgotten Land?
Yeah, Forgotten Land. Like, I kept wanting to say something Dreamland. I'm like, it's not Dreamland, but you know, like, I don't know. I have a feeling once the sticker shock kind of wears off for everybody and the word of mouth starts getting out there about how fun these games. I mean, you know, when you talk to Stash and Paul Gale and other people that have played, like, they couldn't be more stoked. You know, they couldn't be more excited. And at the end of the day, you're spending an extra $10 to $20 on games than you used to. Like, it's not a huge. You just don't buy a dozen eggs this week and you spend that extra $20 on
forgo your protein and get
Kart.
A game.
Yeah. Like, do you want to pay rent or buy this? Like, come on now. I'm going with a Switch.
Hey, they're going to start just taking money out of your paycheck if you didn't pay your student loans. So,
it's I think when we're seeing things like historic numbers, like Japan having that many people sign up, you know, I mean, even reading the chat now, like, you know, I see Rust Belt is going wondering about like scalpers and stuff like that. Like I think they're gonna sell through everything for a while. Maybe the first year. I think this holiday is gonna be crazy. And especially if they lean into the 3D Mario that could be coming out, you know, for the 40th anniversary.
Tuned.
And like if Mario Kart Tour is any kind of an indicator of what World is going to be like, there was events on the regular in that mobile game where like new tracks would come out and, you know, different themes and that kind of stuff. And I like it leaves itself wide open for that. And a lot of that stuff they weren't charging for. You still just had to do the gacha game or whatever to put money into it. So
yeah, hopefully they have gacha.
No.
Kart World.
No, that's not. That's the not even close to what I'm saying. But
I'm getting nervous now, man. It's 15 minutes away.
Yeah,
15
yeah,
minutes.
Walmart's got a countdown going on their thing.
Oh wait, they have a countdown?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, is it just like on their main?
Yeah,
main page?
I'm in like a Switch 2 area, and it's got a pre-order starts, and it's
I'm in the Switch 2 Mario Kart World bundle. But I'm gonna have to refresh. Man, everything's gonna crash.
Yeah,
I've been training for this. I've been buying Pokemon cards
and Lego on release
Lego,
nights too.
Yeah. These scalpers are nothing.
The Lego website goes down every time on a midnight launch. So
yeah, but they at least have enough supply to handle it. That's the thing. Like this could actually sell out. Lego doesn't
anything can be better
out.
than the Nintendo site when I was trying to get Xenoblade Chronicles 3 Special Edition. Like that was so I had it in my cart and I was clicking checkout and it would not do anything.
Okay, so you know all this backlash of the pricing and stuff. How many of the YouTubers are gonna buy it day one? Like they're just sitting at their computer right now, just like we are, waiting for this pre-order to go live.
They've already made their money to be able to buy it. Yeah,
exactly. Dude, the internet's so fake. There's no real opinions. Like it's just to make money, right? The outrage allowed them to get a lot more views and they get a lot more money.
Yeah, I flat out said it. I'm like, my opinion on the pricing is not going to be the same as your average consumer, because there's a very real possibility that I'll have Mario Kart videos going viral, making back all the money from, you know, from creating the content around it.
And you could deduct the cost of the
right
console.
Yeah.
Wink.
Yeah. It's technically a write-off, right? So
yeah, I mean, I was at work on Tuesday, I think, and I was talking to one of my coworkers. He's not like a hardcore gamer or anything. He's not like us. And I know he likes Zelda, and I know he likes Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. I asked him like, "Hey, are you gonna pre-order the Switch 2?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'm ready to get it on Thursday." And he's like, "It's what, only $450?" I'm like, "Only $450?" So maybe like normies don't really think it's that bad of a price. I don't know.
It's gonna be completely dependent upon what your
situation,
your financial situation. You know, like the internet loves to be angry. You know, so Brian says not to be that guy, but what is $20? You know, most people would spend the same amount making themselves fat off of burgers or candy.
I get it, but it's also the precedent. Like we don't want everything to be $80. $10 per game does add up over time. Like
$20 per game adds up.
Yeah, $20. Yeah, I guess it is $20 per game adds up over time. So like, it's a very difficult argument to make that, hey, it's only $10, because then they'll just do that for everything, right? They'll
it
be
starts
like $90. It's only $10
and it also
dollars.
starts eliminating impulse purchase. It's no longer oh, it's $50, oh, it's $60, like that. When it creeps up closer to 100, that's more of a serious kind of decision to make.
The oh, I like, again, we don't want to get into it like too much, but like, I have comments on YouTube that one person is like, this is completely justified. Everybody should be angry, right? Like, they're setting the precedent. And then I see somebody else that's like from the UK, and this was the whole point of my conversation, that every other part of the world, like, other than the US, everybody seems like, yeah, it is what it is. Their comment says I would pick up Captain Toad and another code if the prices were lowered a bit, because I was mentioning, like, I personally do think Nintendo should have lowered the price on all Switch 1 games to a Nintendo Select thing, and even if they dropped them to 50, because we were all used to buying games at 50, because Best Buy and Amazon all had their deals if you bought them new through them, right? Back when the Switch launched, for probably the first 2 to 3 years. And so, but they're like, I hope they have a voucher scheme for Switch 2 games. In the UK, Mario Kart World is £35 in the bundle. It's a bargain. It would be £75 on its own. So it's $40 or £40 off in the bundle. And I can't believe they went that low. only £10 to upgrade Tears of the Kingdom. I'm Happy Bunny. Definitely getting Deltarune too. So that's such a different perspective than everything we see all the time online. So, and I love what Cryptic says right here. We demanded all these modern specs from Nintendo, and we should expect a premium price. And I mean, we're not getting Elden Ring and that kind of stuff. If they had only done a minor bump, so that, like, we went a little bit above Wii U technically, because that's basically, or like, I don't know, would we be as happy about that? And then Nintendo has to carry all the weight again for all their games. Now all this third part, like, I'll check out some of these. I mean, it just depends. If I could get Cyberpunk on my Xbox on sale for a fraction of that price, I'll probably get it there still.
I mean, I think if you wait a little bit, you probably could get it on sale on the Switch.
Right.
For example, like Mortal Kombat, that was the big thing. It was like $70 on Switch 1. You could get it pretty cheap now. You get it for like $20-$30.
Yeah. All right. You can that's Giants day one. Re-download Mortal Kombat 11 and
that's
see how it runs.
another thing I'm very interested to see, because we saw with Hogwarts Legacy where they're not doing an upgrade pack.
Right.
You have to buy it again.
Yeah.
Now, are all
really?
third parties going to do that? Because that's going to suck.
Yeah, that would be bad.
The thing is I think because of all of the compression and everything they do to make those games work, I don't know that anybody at the end of the day would want an upgrade pack unless.
Yeah, but you just get that. You just like you buy an upgrade pack, but it's really just a completely different version. Like it's just
I see what you're saying.
Not even based on the Switch 1 version. It's just the Switch 2 game. Like if I have to pay $70 for Mortal Kombat again, that's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. No, you're not. I mean, that's it. And I think that's where people that are like never played Breath of the Wild, never played Tears, they're like, And,
that's why like fanboys like us, we're making out on this deal.
Right.
These people shouldn't have waited so long to play Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom.
Yeah,
what are you doing?
They've been waiting to play
best
Cyberpunk
games
handheld.
ever made.
Now that they can play Cyberpunk handheld, they're going to play Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild. So
I'm not worried about the quality of the third-party games. I've played Elden Ring on Steam Deck for a lot of hours. It runs pretty well, and if Switch 2 is as powerful, if not more powerful. It should be good. Cyberpunk runs, I think, pretty well on the Steam Deck as well.
Yeah, Wood Beat 'em Ups went to the New York event or whatever, and the community manager for CD Projekt was there and talking about that, and like CD, it's on a 64 gig cart. It's all on the cart. It's supposed.
Yeah, it's like one of the only third-party games that is actually on the cart. Everything else is like a game key.
Yeah,
which I mean, I'm not a physical collector. Like I'm not. Like I don't prefer physical over digital. Like I get it. Like it's not what people want it, but I think it's the only way these games would work, or you're going to be paying $80-$90 for these third-party games too, because they would have to pay for the bigger carts.
Right. Yeah. Bradley Default would have been 50 or 60 had it not been just the key card.
And it's similar to the.
It's $39.99.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yes, yeah. And it's similar to like the PlayStation and Xbox system, where you have to have the disc in the system.
Correct.
Yeah.
And you have to download the
more,
game.
Which is more point for me just to
go digital.
But I think the difference on the Xbox and PlayStation is I think the game is on the disc. Like you don't have to go online.
That's what they say, but like I don't know. Your Xbox and your PlayStation are pretty stupid when it comes to if your internet goes out. Like
yeah, no, good point. That's a good point. Yeah, because we just had the PlayStation outage, like probably like a month or so ago, and you couldn't do anything.
And there's like
your offline games
none of your tiles are there if on your Xbox if you're not connected to the internet. So I mean, it's literally just a box that will play the game that's in it if you're not connected to anything, which I guess we've just all become so accustomed to what the dashboard and what it looks like normally. So
I'm just so used to being online all the time, right? I'm used to my PlayStation. And I'm used to always being connected.
Xbox was crucified for it back then, but like they knew what the future. I mean, they knew what the future held.
There are still places and people that don't have access to the constant internet connection, stable internet connection. So I get it. I understand the backlash on it, but it is still weird because you're right. Because when the PlayStation Network goes down, like I couldn't play anything, like at all.
Right.
That was annoying. Oh, somebody who Nate talked about how The Witcher 3 was also on the cart.
Yeah.
For the Switch. I hope we get a Switch 2 version of The Witcher 3.
Yeah.
And that was cross-save compatible with Steam.
Oh, it was. You're right. It was.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of positive things. To be positive, there are a lot of positive things about this Switch 2.
On a positive note, we're gonna call it here. So
3 minutes.
We can all try to get it. So good luck, everybody. Tune in tomorrow, and I'll be doing some kind of show live just to let you guys know how it went for me, and I'll fill you guys in on these guys as well. So much love, guys. Good luck, everybody, and we will see you later. Bye now.
Good luck.